All right, let's quickly go over the markets and opportunities that are available today. So over here on the ES, the market basically pulled back to this low, and I mean, I knew it was gonna that it had a chance of going higher, because when it went down, buyers stepped in. Right there, buyers stepped in. So, and the next thing to note is that it made a low and a higher low, so it's going to make a higher high, very likely, and that's exactly what it did. Swept right there. So oh, this was the high. This was the high that swept, got taken. So all you really needed to know is that it's pulling back and then reacts with the buying activity, and the other markets are going up and all of that, right? So there was only there were a couple of things that were a little bit challenging, meaning after it tested, it went up on a lot of volume here. So this is a lot of volume, and for me, it made it even more obvious that this was reaccumulation right here. But the pullback here was pretty deep because they stopped out anybody who moved up their stop to this low. They stopped them out and ran the market higher. So that's basically it. I mean, these two are the indications. If this didn't tell you to go long, there was actually if you profile this area with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 consecutive bars, you'll be able to tell that this was heavy accumulation, and when it gets tested, it's going to rally. So this was the, you call it profile continuation tap trade, where you have accumulation or reaccumulation in this area right here. Next was crude. This one I didn't really get this one, but from this low, buying came in. It's difficult to really tell based on the averages. I mean, this is only one, it's like an average, this 1.2 times average. But the buying activity did pick up in the lower indicators here. Meaning this is the biggest in 5 up waves, this is the biggest in 6 up waves. So that may have given you a clue, but this was, I mean, you had to really know what you're doing and be ready to take the risk, because it's not very overt. Buying isn't very overt. All right. Next is gold. Gold is, they offered one trade in the morning, but it was short-lived. Price went up here to these highs, and it's not overt, but right here where the little selling came in, and this was around the open, it got tested and went down. This was, I think, on today's 7:30 fundamental report. I think it was business, some report. All right, so this was the trade, and unfortunately it just it was short-lived, meaning the buyers came in with authority and just took out these highs, pulled back, and continued to go. So if you saw this and shorted this up thrust, if you didn't get that, just look at this big red bar, sell its test, goes down. That's a very small trade. And this buying activity actually came from a high liquidity level that was on the tape right here. They got tapped, and buyers just bought the whole thing. All right. I think that's about it. All right, that's all, folks. Have a good day. Bye.